What is going on out there, peeps, man? We gotta talk, and we gotta talk about some very, very interesting and fast moving things happening. All right? Before I get into the goodies, let's do this. Right now, you really need some money outside of the system. I'm talking about gold and silver. So when you go to buy your gold and silver, go to our friends over at Money Metals Exchange. The link will be down below in the description. If you're a first time buyer and you spend more than $100, use promo code Pimpy, Pimpy, and you will get a free half ounce of silver. For those of you looking for my address, there it is right here. And you guys know about this website right here. You're going to want to know about it a whole bunch right about now. All right? So get a hold of my friend, and me and him were talking. He's back from over in the Middle East. Been there for quite a long time. I told you I got a friend who works for the State Department. No, I don't get into that. Oh, this is my intel. He's not an intel person. Him and I just talk geopolitics. And from the conversations we have, a lot of times I'm able to make some pretty good educated guesses on a lot of things that are happening. I told you guys about the peace accords long before they were talked about in the news. And that's where the information came from. He said that was okay to share. It was no big deal. Okay, so, it just stuff like that. So anyways, he's back. I said, oh, well, I bet you're glad to be back. And, I wonder how things are going over there because it's been in Iraq for most of the time. He said, I don't know. They just called a lot of people back. And they said they'll brief us later on. I said, did something bad happen? Something good happen? What's going on? I'm kind of like, he's like, I don't know. So anyways, asked him how the trip was, the whole 9 yards. Nothing. Nothing big jumped out at me at the time. Nothing big at all. Then there's something circulating around right now that is very, very interesting. Now, it's all over the place, but I put it here because it's been removed off one website that I was on. I was happy to find it on another. So if you go to my videos right here, you're going to see this one right here. Do you see what this says? Look closely. Oh, yeah. I listened to the whole thing. When he goes through in his briefing and what he's talking about, I posted right here. And in addition, the other part of it is right here. Okay? So then after I heard this gentleman who's a police officer says something very interesting. They're not going to say the date on there because if they do, it gives it away to those who should be worried about what they're trying to do. Now, this thing's already being said as it's being debunked. All right? So I'm like, okay, whatever you say, whether it is or not, you should pay attention to it. Because according to a lot of people, that is the individual. He is a police officer. He is speaking. Of course, the powers that be going to try to debunk this. But he said something in this recording that caught my attention. He said, we're not going to announce the date of when we're going to do this. And the reason for that is we are coordinating with other individuals. And then he said something about an international group. And I thought, oh, so it would be really hard for these people here to do exactly what this says they're going to do. Because then what about the other countries? Do you see what I'm saying? It would have to be a total one-time takedown. So, for those of you who go, all them CEOs resigning from companies because you heard they're going to jail and they had these trials. No, that's not what happened. No. They resigned and are still resigning because of this right here. Okay? In addition to, I'll show you real quick. This little boogie right here. See this one right here? That's why they're resigning. They have found themselves a nifty little hiding spot to wait everything out as what's going on. Okay? So now it all makes sense. Everything seems to be falling into place. When you go watch these three and you go watch that one down there, it puts everything into perspective. When you get here, it's going to seem a little crazy at first, but just watch it all the way through, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. This gentleman said something very interesting. He said the U.S. Senate was just given, and this was released on the 27th, was just given the actual numbers of Rona deaths. He said of the 400 some odd thousand of them being reported, the real number is just over 6,000. And the Senate knows it. Because of that report is why they decided to do this. And it's being coordinated. You have to listen to the audio because what this gentleman says makes sense. What's going to happen with the public? There's going to be some panic out there. So anybody telling you to sit back, relax, the white hats are in charge, just clones, be very wary of those people. Those are the people keeping you docile. Those are the people keeping you from standing up and doing what you're supposed to do. A lot of people have come out of that state of sitting down, eating popcorn, watching a movie. I'm so grateful to see so many people say, Pimpy, we're not sitting down no more, man. We're now being active in different ways. Good. My bad. But for those of you who still are and you believe. So here's the thing that gets me when this is happening. I'm going to say, see, I told you the white hats were in charge. No. They're not. They're not. This is just recently being coordinated. So they can be in charge. See what I'm saying? Now, again, this is being coordinated on a large scale. Look, the guy knows that what he's doing in this meeting, there's no doubt about it. He knows, absolutely. He's like, look, he knows that the evil people, so to speak, are going to get his recording. He's aware of it. And he addresses it in there. He said, this is why I'm not giving you a date. When it's going to happen, you'll know. He said, they're coordinating how they're going to communicate. With the understanding that the wrong people could be listening in. It is very, very interesting to listen to what they have to say. It's both nerve-wracking and exciting at the same time. So, if you think about this, these people cannot do this in just one location. This is going to have to be coordinated worldwide. You got to listen to what he's saying in there. Go in and listen to what he's saying. But also you need to see this and this to understand what's really going on. And if you, like I said, and if you want to know who's behind it and why all those CEOs resigned, go here. Because we're being told, oh yeah, they went to courts and they've been clones and they're locking them up and executed. No, they didn't. You see, they went to a nifty little hiding place is what they did. Not all of them. There's still some here getting ready to make their move. So go and listen to what that man has to say, because in there he tells you some real numbers that you need to pay attention to and why now they're making their move and the laws that it pertains to with the reality of what might happen. But that it's being coordinated. He knows that this thing could be leaked. He knows that the wrong people could be listening in. Doesn't care. He addressed why, and he says what can happen. This guy's not afraid, man. This guy's not afraid. So I can't tell you how pumped I am, first of all, because you know I talk about this all the time. My brothers and sisters over there in Australia. I always say, man, I feel bad, especially in Melbourne. The way they're being treated, it's almost like a test site. So to my Australian brothers and sisters, this is very interesting for you to check out. I'd love some feedback on that. And you can tell me who that gentleman is. But it looks like there's no doubt that this thing is going to be coordinated. It's going to happen at the same time. I said this. I had a dream. And part of that dream was seeing politicians around the world on their knees. Very, very interesting. You guys let me know what you think. If you checked them out already, some of you have heard it. That thing is on other websites, just so you know. I'm not the only one that has it. No, it's out there. But one of the websites, when it was taken down, I was like, oh, crap. So I wanted to record it real quick just to have it as backup. So it's there. But the other two videos will help explain a whole lot, all right? Anyways, that's it. Hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I surely do appreciate it. And I'll catch you later. I'm out.